I think, when I left school, fortunately enough I had some education, but going to grade 10 at that time was pretty much it for me. Not that I disliked school, but it was just, getting out, getting a job and finding something to do. So I was a rag bag collector to start with, and used to run the streets of Brisbane, collecting rags, so going down to wool stores. I thought, geez, there's not a lot of life in this one, so I better find something else. So I was an apprentice butcher for a while, and storeman and packer. I thought, no, I still haven't found what I want to do, But always had an interest in cars. From a kid I had an esky full of 39 set bloody matchbox cars. So, always loved tractors and machinery and all those sorts of things. So when I look back, I think, purely my uncle said to me, you're not bad with it, you don't mind a bit of a chat. So I ended up, he said, oh, look, I'll arrange an interview for you. So I went and saw a couple of chaps, and all of a sudden I was a cadet salesman, and I thought, geez, this is pretty good, I've got a company car, little Corolla 1.1 auto with air. When you turn the air on, nearly turn the car off. And, I thought I've got a company car here, of customers and good blokes to work with. And, I doubled my income from what I'd been making in the first 6 months, and I thought, this is a great business. And really from about 17, 18, that's 40 odd years now, I just really haven't looked back. I love the business, and just it's gone from there really. Really haven't wavered, and grown from one thing to the other and doing different things, and had some great mentors in terms of chaps that I was fortunate enough to work with over the years, and learn a lot from them, which enabled me eventually to buy my own first car dealership. And really, it's just gone on from there, and still love the business. I think cars are just such an inspirational thing. I know we've got all this new, which I embrace, the new electronic technology things, which are coming along now, electric cars and such, but there is nothing like sitting yourself behind something that still gives you a lot of spirit, and I just so much enjoy that. And I still enjoy all diversity of cars. I love old cars. I do a lot of research on old cars. I like to study their values on the world market, and I think that's a very important thing. I understand what something's worth in Australia is one thing, but been through so many changes in 40 years in this industry, and it is just one of those things. It keeps changing, and you got to change with it, and always there's a negative that's there. You got to find the positive out of it, and keep moving forward. I think there's a tremendous amount of very good people in the car industry. I thought it was an important thing, particularly for the Gold Coast, Queensland, for us to establish a customer-centric operation where customers can come, certainly buy a car, enjoy the facilities that we put into the dealership, be more of a club arrangement. It's not also about just taking your car out and driving around a racetrack or anything like that. It's more about the diversity of people getting together occasionally, on a Friday afternoon and having a beer around the bar, and some blokes will bring their bloody Enfield motorbike in, or someone will turn up in a 69 Camaro, or it's the diversity of our customer base is quite interesting, and I think that's refreshing. And whether you a Porsche Affinado where you just want everything to be Porsche, or then you find out a bloke's got an old Chev at home as well. So it's interesting. That's the diversity of having this dealership. We cater for fitting into people, and the Gold Coast particularly, I thought we needed an outfit that was really, going to be more customer centric, and not just for a couple of years. I mean, be here for 20 years, be here for a long time, and do things very well. Make sure our customers are looked after properly, and picking the eyes out of things. We've got customers that want, also older cars now. So you've got to consider, do you want an older Ferrari? Do you, like you were just talking about? There's a buyer for every car, isn't there? So, whether it's an old Rolls Royce or an old Ferrari, or the latest 2021 something, so yeah, that's interesting in itself, isn't it? Well, I see the Pickering Legacy as going forward as a private entity. Certainly both my sons are directly involved in the business as it is, and my son-in-law is also involved in the business. We would like to stay very much a family business, and we've diversified into a lot of different things. Cars are very much part of what we do. My older son Jack is his own man, very much his own man. He's not, people say chip off the old block, but not really. He's very much does things in a way that is similar to me, but he goes about it in his own way. So he's sort of taking over more daily operations now with some guidance from me, because at the end of the day, family is everything. and growing the business over the many years to come. Will be great to see them more actively involved, and possibly a little bit less for me to do. So that's not a bad thing either.
I worked out in the country for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I come back after finishing school and started working and selling cars for my old man. Since then I've worked pretty much every day. Having my old man is obviously my mentor. A big thing is obviously his hard work ethic projects onto me, and I'll get up every day and try and work as hard as I possibly can to obviously get a result for the company. But that's one of the big things that I've learned from him so far. Big thing in the car industry is building relationships with people, and obviously customers, and coming to work and doing what I love every day. The passion obviously is pretty big in our family, from my old man racing cars now. For me, doing a little bit of go-karting when I was little, and our passion for cars has been from a very young age. Yes, the legacy one day to pass to my own children, that's why we're all here, I suppose. He's worked his whole life, and I obviously want to work as hard as I can for most of, not all my life, but most of my life, and obviously pass that on to my kids in the future.